Hi, welcome to EBO Pro, a back office solution for FedEx line haul contractors. FedEx line haul contractors have a lot going on. They have information coming in from FedEx, they have their employee and truck information, their route information, revenues, expenses, information coming in from their ELDs and cameras, and they want to be able to make schedules and do payroll and get reporting that would help them run their business. So EBO Pro tries to take everything that you have going on as a FedEx line haul contractor, bring it into one place so that we can efficiently return your information to you to help you run your business. What we do is we have a place for all your employee management, all of your truck management, all of your route information, and then we have direct integrations from FedEx, Omnitrax, XRS, and Trimble. And having all this information inside of EBO Pro, then we can turn around and give you scheduling, time off system, payroll. We can work on your disputes and settlement adjustments inside EBO. We can return your compliance reporting that you need for FedEx, IVMRs and MMRs. And then we can have other reports that you need to help you run your business. EBO Pro is available to everybody in your organization from the top to the bottom where the drivers are. Depending on what level you are in the organization, your permissions could be different. If you have different divisions or different areas, then you can set it to only show those areas to the people where they're working. So it can be sliced and diced for what works for you. Everybody will have an icon. You can use it on your phone, a desktop, a laptop, or a tablet. And it would just be an icon on that device that you would click on. When you click on it, it'll bring anybody to a landing page or a dashboard. And that dashboard is going to be different depending on the level you are in the company. So an administrator's dashboard here would have information from the settlement statement, would have an inbox for any pending time off requests from drivers that they need to approve or anything else they need to approve. It could have the calendar showing any time off requests. On every dashboard we have a place for external links if you'd like to be able to put on your health insurance manual, your employee manual, a link to your safety videos so that everybody can come to one place and find those items. And again, those items can be different for different levels of the company. On the side in EBO is all the buttons that will move you throughout the program. A driver manager's dashboard would look different. It wouldn't have the settlement information, but it would have a schedule since they drive. It would have different external links based on what you would like. A driver's dashboard, again, looks very different. Would have a full schedule, would only have their information that they need, might have different external links, and far fewer buttons over on the side because those buttons are only available to that level of the company. So this is how you move through EBO using these buttons. The first section, employees, is set up, each section is set up the same. So across the screen in the employees section and in every section, you have an easy add button. So if you needed to add an employee, you would click here. If you needed to filter your list, you could just type in here and start typing anything, a hub number, start typing a last name, start typing a FedEx ID, and it'll shorten the list to help you find what you're looking for. In the center, you can have a drop down here for different views that you might want to see. Over here, the three bars, this is going to allow you to customize this screen to however you would like it to look. So if you click on the three bars, you can change the columns. You can uncheck certain columns and check other columns. And then you can save that view to like Kristen's employee listing, and I don't have to recreate it every time. I can come right back to it right here under Saved Views. And then I can print out or I can export it to clipboard, CSV, or Excel. And this is the way every screen in EBO works. The second row here is different columns, and you can also adjust the looks through columns. So if you didn't want to see all the hubs, you could uncheck them and it would show you just the hub you're looking for, or you could change it to alphabetize it differently, however you'd like. So you can change the look of all your screens. Anything that's in blue, the names or the FedEx IDs, you can click on and it'll hyperlink you to the next step. So this is the employees screen. The next screen in employees is just an employee listing. You will just have to, this would just be like the names and the phone numbers and the addresses and anything you want here. Again, you can adjust it to whatever you'd like. If you click on a name, you can go inside of their file and edit them. So this is going to be all their general information about who they are in your company. And then across the top, there's different tabs for many different things that you can hold for that employee. Additional details about them, their position, when their CDL or Med card is due, how you're paying them, the history of their employment with you, whether they were full-time, then changed to part-time, went on a leave of absence, left and came back. You can see the history of all their employment with you. You can also add attachments. So you could put a copy of their CDL, a copy of their resume or hire agreement, anything you want to put in here to just attach an outside document, you can put in there. And then here under log, you can see all of their driving throughout the weeks. So this is just inside the employee file. Another screen under employees is regulatory. So this would help you keep track of when CDLs and Med cards are expiring. The next section after employees is trucks. So when you click on trucks, it's going to bring you to a truck listing just like it did in the employees. And again, across the top is the same information that we went over with employees. And you can change your columns choices as well and save any view you'd like. Again, if it's in blue, that's how you're going to click through and it's hyperlinked to the next thing. So if you clicked on a truck, it would bring you to the truck information inside. This is just the basic truck information for this truck, but you can also find where that truck is located because it's connected automatically to your ELD. Across the top is the additional tabs for a truck. Maintenance would be a maintenance plan that you can create and then select for this truck. FedEx would be the history of all the FedEx numbers assigned to this vehicle, this VIN number. Assets, you can track the serial numbers for your ELDs, for your cameras, maybe for Sirius XM radio. So then you could pull a report later that says, these are my trucks and these are the serial numbers of which ELD is in the truck or which Sirius XM is in that truck. Again, the more information in EBO, the more information you can get out. Expenses would be the expenses of this truck, the monthly payments, the insurance monthly payments, stuff like that to help with reporting and profitability. The value is, if you clicked here, you get the value of the truck based on the information entered. History of the truck is how it's come in, been active, maybe it was in repairing, back to active, just how it's been used and kept track of throughout the history. Attachments, again, attachments, you could attach the tractor file here so you have access to that at all times and across your organization. You could attach the certificate of insurance so you have access to that. You could attach any important documents to your truck here so that you or anybody else in your organization that has access to this truck would be able to all be on the same page with what is attached to this truck. And then under maintenance history, any invoices that you've entered and tagged to this truck will be there and it's easy to keep track of the work that's been done on this truck. Another thing you can look up easily in EBO on your trucks is you can get all your odometer readings in one place. So you don't have to go into your ELD. Just go down to odometers, pick the day that you want, and it'll give you the last reading as of that date for each truck. And again, you can filter to get to a truck that you're looking for. You can export it and do whatever you want there. So now that we have our information from our employees, we have information on our trucks, and then we have your route information brought in from FedEx, we can do some things now. We can create schedules. From the schedules, we can roll that into payroll. From payroll, we've reviewed the miles and agreed to them, and found discrepancies where you might be missing some revenue from FedEx. We can also create your compliance reporting that you need weekly and monthly with IVMRs and MMRs, and we can do some work with maintenance on your trucks. Let's go over the first thing, scheduling. Super easy. What will happen is we'll bring in we have your employee information, we have your truck information, we have your route information. The A1 is not always reality, so we will create templates for what really drives, for what happens in reality. And we'll put what drivers are normally driving those runs and what trucks on what days. If you have set drivers driving things, we'll go ahead and build those templates with everything that normally happens. So the only thing you have to do each week is a couple of clicks. You're going to click this hamburger button here, and when you click that, it's going to open up and you're just going to click build schedule and create, and it will put in for the week everything from our templates. So the only thing that you have to change every week then is just if a truck is out being repaired, you'd want to replace that truck. If a driver is on vacation, you'd want to replace that driver. We're not going to replace it ongoing because the truck's going to come back in service and the driver is going to come back from vacation. So next week when we build the schedule, it'll create it from the original templates that we have. If you have a driver leave permanently, then you would update the template quickly. It's all very simple, quick, and easy. Some great things that this shows you is from the time off system, it will tell you if people have time off. It'll highlight them and give a little icon for their reasoning, like the umbrella is for vacation. If you are using a truck twice on the same day, it's going to highlight it. It does not mean that you can't do it. Of course you can. You might run a spot and a line haul run on the same day in the same truck. You might drive one in the morning or one in the evening. It will still let you. It's just alerting you in case it's an error. Same with the person. If a person is running twice, it'll alert you, but you don't have to pay attention. Once you get you're working on your schedule, you get it built out, and you want to make a change, it's very easy to make this change. If we wanted to change out Lauren Anderson, you would just click on the white part of the bubble, and then a box will open up. When the box opens up, you're just going to change out the driver or the driver in the truck for that day. Click Save. It'll replace Lauren Anderson. Or there's a remaining summary bar, so you could click on that. You could say what hub you're looking for, what day you're looking for, and it'll tell you the drivers that are open that aren't driving right, that aren't on the schedule to drive. And then you can just drag and drop them in. Same with the trucks. You can click on that and it'll show you which trucks are not on the schedule to drive, and you can move that truck in. So it's very easy to make those changes. Once you make the change and you've clicked through everything and you put in drivers for everywhere you need, you have everything the way you'd like it, as you're going, it's going to show you estimated miles for anything that has running. When you have a driver in a truck, it's going to change to running from TBD. So it'll say the estimated miles per route, the estimated miles per day, and the estimated miles in total for the week. As you're building your schedule, you'll have an idea of that. If you wanted to see what this run details were, where it goes, you would just click on the little flag next to the bottom left of the bubble. It'll open up and it'll tell you everything that you've entered in your template, like it goes from 303 to 7600 and it leaves at Tuesday at 4 a.m. Anything else that you've put in there would appear here. And it's editable. If you wanted to change it just for this week, it was going to go somewhere different. You can also delete it if it wasn't going to go that day. You can change the status by clicking on the status bar and changing it to no dispatch or down. You can keep track of everything. It's very, very user friendly. Once you have everything the way you want it, so you build your schedule on a Friday and then you're ready, you got it and you're ready to publish it. It's simple to publish it. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to click on this hamburger button. When you click on that, it'll open up and you just click publish schedule. If you would like, when you publish the schedule, it can automatically send a text to your drivers that says, hey, here's the schedule for next week. So if you did it on Friday and your week starts Saturday, it would send them a simple summary of the schedule. If you put any comments in, it would have the comments there. And then it gives a hyperlink, or they can click on their icon, go right to their dashboard. The dashboard has the schedule there with additional information and ways to get more information from there. It's very easy to work with. The other thing when you publish it that it can do is it can allow you to send dispatch emails to FedEx. So you could send them by the week or by the day. You would just click up here for the day, click send dispatch, type in any additional information you want, and click send. And the dispatch report will pull from the schedule that you made and you published, and it will get sent to them. The other thing that we found that the schedule is good for is for tracking how you're doing throughout the week. So once you send out the schedule, you've sent it to all of your employees, then the managers throughout the week can update it if something didn't dispatch because FedEx didn't have anything or your driver called out. You can change the statuses, and as you're changing them, the estimated miles will change. It'll also allow anybody that has access to the schedule, managers and above, payroll, to have information that they need. And you can keep notes in here too that the drivers can't see, or you can put comment notes in and send them to the drivers depending on what you need. So it's a good place to keep all of your information in one spot so you don't have to have that notebook or sticky notes everywhere. You can just keep it all on your schedule board. It's saved forever. You can move move back in weeks very easily. So if I left a note and I wanted to send a note to my driver to arrive early or something, I would just click on that, type in my note to my driver, publish it. It will only, once you've published the schedule the first time, it sends it to everybody. After that, it will only send a message or a text to a driver affected by the change. So if you put a comment to a driver in and sent it, it's only going to go to that driver. If you have unassigns or spare runs, the schedule's very flexible, very easy to do. When you pull it up, you would just hit the drop down here, make your changes, publish them. It would go just to that driver. The scheduling tool inside EBO Pro is very simple and easy to use. It also includes a time off section where your drivers can request time offs, your managers can approve them or reject them. We can set parameters around that so that they have to ask 2 weeks in advance or else they got to give you a call, or we can put blackout periods. It's also very, very easy to set up just the way you need it for your organization. The next tool that we would need is going to be the payroll. So you can do scheduling and you can do payroll. Payroll we do a couple different ways, however you really like to do it. The easiest way is if you only just want to have the settlement brought in. The settlement gets brought in, we can do the payroll from there. It's a little bit more limited. We can still highlight any exceptions or jumps or missing fuel subsidies because those come on the settlement. We can base your payroll based on an employee pay or based on a leg or a spot pay or a route pay. And we can still do some reporting. The only thing here is if your driver worked on a day and they missed the entire out and back of that, we wouldn't know because we don't know that the driver drove it that day. So if you use the scheduling tool, when you finish with the schedule and you published it, it will then turn into create legs for that employee, and those will be compared to the settlement statement when it comes in Tuesday nights. And then it will show you the differences between your schedule and the settlement statement. And then we can do a lot more with that information. The third way is if you wanted to let your drivers enter what they drove into EBO. So if you were running a lot of spots, you might have your driver just click on the button, click add, and what he did that day, put in the spot numbers, click save. Now we know from the best source of what they did, the driver, this is what the driver says he drove. We're going to compare it to what FedEx paid you and be able to get your payroll that way and highlight any missing revenue that way. But we can do it however you're most comfortable with. So one thing when you click on payroll, and it's the time to do payroll and look through everything, you're going to be able to see the logs per driver based on how you got them in. It can be from the settlement statement, that's these numbers here. It can be if you use the schedule, then it would have created this ask column, or if the drivers actually were entering. And this is just showing how it compares what was asked for, what the settlement paid, if there was any differences. So all you're going to do on your payroll is check those differences, make your choices. Yes, settlement statement's right, or no, my driver's right, I'm owed the money. You're going to quickly make those decisions, and then you're ready for your payroll and your reporting for that week. And it will send any differences in that information to our missing revenue and dispute section. So once you do that, then you have your payroll, and this is an easy way for the person that does your payroll. They're going to come in, they're going to be able to see what the driver drove, and then this down here is what the driver was scheduled. So if you're using the scheduling tool, you'll be able to see, hey, he was scheduled for Olive Branch, he ran Olive Branch, and check it really quick, go through your drivers and make sure everybody's getting paid correctly. Things are hyperlinked, so it's easy to do. One thing I wanted to show you really quick is in EBO, we want all of your payroll information to come in. We don't want you to bring in the settlement data, then export it, then add in bonuses and flat rates outside of the system. We want it inside the system for reporting purposes and for you to have your payroll complete information in one place, so that you can go back weeks here and look up all your old payroll throughout time. In every screen you can keep schedule, payroll, everything. You can keep it's going to keep the history of your data. So we want everything to be in here. So we give you buttons to enter any extra work that people might do that FedEx isn't going to pay you for. Like they're just shuttling a truck to your shop or something. You're going to pay them something extra. We want to put that in there. We want to put in any bonuses, vacations, holiday pay. Everything goes into payroll in EBO, not just what FedEx paid you. Anything you're going to pay the people, it will come to a complete document that you can then export and get to your payroll provider. Any notes that are put on the schedule, your payroll person can see them. You get exactly what you get, the payroll exactly what you want. Paying everybody, you can export it out and send it out that way. That way it's a complete product. So once you're done with payroll, like I said, any differences that you found during payroll are going to get sent to our missing revenue section. And this is where you're going to be able to track items that you feel you want to go to FedEx and get. There's a very simple wizard that walks you through the process, attaches everything for you from the ELDs, the settlements, everything that FedEx requires you to put with your dispute or missing revenue adjustment. And then we can save your signature, your letterhead, put everything together in one quick package for you, and it will track this information so that you know. So once you've chosen which items you're going to go after, you're going to walk through this wizard. It'll put everything together for you, the settlement, hours of service, the GPS, everything. And then it's going to work. We have a screen that works as kind of a tracker so that you know, where does this settlement dispute, where are we in this one, this one, this one. So you'll know if it's submitted or if it's been paid, or how you're working through your settlement disputes to track how you're doing. So it moves from payroll when you just say, hey, I'm owed this, pushes down into missing revenue where you say, okay, yes, I'm going to go after it. Goes down into our disputes table where you're going to walk through a wizard and keep track of them. The next section is on compliance. So in EBO, you can put in all your invoices for your trucks. You're going to do that for several different reasons, 3 different reasons. One very easy reason is for MMRs. You put your invoices in, you click, 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 have them in there, then you can quickly, within 3 clicks, it'll have your MMR ready the next month. Next month starts, you click create my MMRs, they're created, the invoices are either attached or not, depending on how your hub likes them. Several other different choices you can make depending on how your hub likes them, but your MMRs are created simple and easy. Truck maintenance. So as you're entering your invoices, you're going to tag them to the truck. You're going to say what it's doing, tag it to a maintenance plan if you have the maintenance plan. Then when you're inside of the truck, on that truck screen, you can see a history of all the trucks, all the invoices that have been assigned or tagged to that truck, and you can from there just quickly click on it and it'll open up the invoice and you can see it. So it's just a quick list, click on it, you can see the invoice, and if you tag it to the correct things on your maintenance plan, it'll track, because we have the odometer, we have the dates, it'll track, hey, this is due, hey, this is not due, it's been handled already. So the MMRs, like I said, you can do it by hub or by truck. So say you were going to do your MMRs for this hub for the last month, you're just going to click on this this button, click create MMRs, go through this customizable section saying whether these are choices that based on your hub, what they like, click save, and then it'll create for you the forms and attach any invoices if that's what you would like. This is also an editable form, so if you wanted to type something in or change something, you can just click on it and change it out. The date will be included, your signature will be included, it'll be ready to go. The IBMRs work the exact same way. From the ELD data, you'll just click on the hub or on the truck, say create, and it fills out an editable form. So it's saved, it's ready to go, it's all filled out, but if you want to change something or type something in differently, you can just click on it, type on it, and change. Another section of EBO is reporting, and reporting is different. Everybody likes different things. We have some set reports, and we can always pull, if you have a favorite report that you always use, we would bring it in and set it. As long as your information is in there, we can bring your information out the way you like it. There can be a weekly snapshot, and that would drill down to different reports. So each one of these sections would drill down to a bigger report inside of EBO that you can then export. That there's a truck report, mileage reports, profitability reports that would help you run your business efficiently. The last report that I'd like to show you is the points report. So as FedEx, on Sunday nights, FedEx releases the declines for the week, and so Monday morning you can go into EBO, pull up that report. So if you have multiple companies and multiple sign-ins, it will all be here in one place. You can see your declines for the week with any notes that are needed, and then if the decline isn't warranted, then you have that information. Go back to your hub, get that decline removed. You can also check your points balance here, service levels, everything that you need there. So reporting is a wonderful tool. Again, the more information in, the more information out, and we can customize it for you. Our pricing is the first 8 weeks are free. We will help onboard you. We'll bring all your information in. Don't worry about that. We have an organize the business model at $10 per active truck per month. When we say active truck, we mean actively driving down the road, not active with FedEx. So actively driving down the road that month. You could get scheduling, time off requests. We'll keep you can use the employee section with all the files, the truck section for all your files. We'll bring in your settlements, and you can use truck maintenance and MMRs. For $30 per active truck per month, you get everything under the Organize the Business. You also get driver logs, the missing revenue, the dispute wizard, reporting, IVMRs, and any customizable report profitability or anything you're really looking for that you need for your business. Thank you very much for your time. That's the end of the demo for EBO Pro. Please reach out or check out our website if you are interested, and we will set you up for a personalized demo or onboarding session. Thank you.